what I would normally get paid in a week, plus an extra $500 to not go to work.
That would be nice.
So I got that for.
Boom. Nope, not that. All right. And we're going live here. Let's turn these lights down because these are still way too bright. We're very
pale. There we go.
very white men over here. So
yeah, that doesn't help. We don't have I have no melatonin in me. So
you have no melatonin?
Melanin?
Yeah.
I'm also not awake.
Yeah.
This is what time I normally wake up on a Saturday. Both
of the pre-workouts need to hit us both. So
yeah.
Alrighty, so we'll get this going here in just a second. Maybe some folks will show up. I'm gonna move this over here. What up, Geek King? Oh man,
you just killed the camera.
Yep, I just killed the camera. Of course I did.
We'll do it like this. See if we can do.
See if we can refresh it there. What's up, Geek King? If you can still hear us, bear with us for just a moment. There we go. All right.
You just gotta reactivate it sometimes.
Camera froze up on there, so
I'm also gonna adjust.
Check our lights here.
Yeah, just down slightly.
So you may see we're coming to you guys from a different location this time. Will's location. So
yes.
This is his amazing display of things.
Way too many things.
Back here that I aspire to have something like one day. Hopefully the next time get a stream going, maybe I'll have shelves, which I probably won't because that's just how my life is right now. I've got too many other things going on. I need a kitchen floor before I can have shelves in my office.
Yeah,
so.
Being able to get through your own house is a little...
Yeah, it's priorities, man.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, we got a docket. I got my sheet of paper here that you can't see because the light washes it out.
Yeah, that's okay. That's spoilers.
Yeah, so the first thing we're getting into is let's just do a little display swap here. Just a second here. How can I get this going here? Boom, boom. And this will all get smoother again. We got an Omega Prime funded, y'all. So this is, almost 11,000 backers as of yesterday.
Which is probably over 11,000 now.
Which is, we can check those stats. But yeah, so if you backed it, you're locked in now. So you got to pay $250.
Yep,
so
we are over 11,000 now.
So, but I think this is a super great offering. You get essentially
two
commanders with the let me jump back over here to the regular camera. So you get two commanders and a deluxe.
Do we have audio?
We should.
Well, I was looking.
Yep,
there we go.
there it
Okay,
is.
perfect.
Yeah.
I was just making sure because I didn't see anything pop up. But I was like, okay, let's not have a whole mute string because I've done that before.
Yep, I have too. So I think that's a rite of passage in a stream. You got to do it.
Stream anything. You got to do at least one stream where you just muted.
Talk for an hour and nothing happens, and you're like, well, let's do it again. So, what up, Knox? Hey, it's been a while since I've seen you on a stream. Glad you jumped in today. We're just talking about Omega Prime. We're funded there. So yeah, again, great offering, man.
Two
commanders
and a deluxe.
And
a giant staff.
And in the deluxe, and they combine to make a bigger robot.
Yeah.
Actually, the one combines to make a big robot, and then it combines again to make another big robot. So I think it's a pretty great offering.
What is Small Prime? Is he like a deluxe or is he like a Voyager?
Small Prime is going to be closer to Voyager size. I'm trying to recall what they put him up against. They put Siege Hound by him, and he was taller than Siege Hound. So he's, the base Prime is going to be more, more like a Voyager.
I don't have Siege Hound. I just have Detritus.
And then he gets over, once you combine him, I mean, he is almost, he's commander size.
Yeah, he's as big as
Deathsaurus. Just
That's
as
what
big.
They showed him.
And then you combine him, and he gets a little bit bigger. I think I measured him. I sent you a picture where he comes up to like about the chest of the Ark. So pretty. Over there. Yeah, the Ark's over there. We're not gonna get him down. No, pretty big. Hey Liam, hey buddy. That's great value for the price of it. And we're going to go over Deathsaurus here in a little bit as well. He's the death chicken, as I like to call him, is right here. So
and we also have
those lights are really blowing this stuff out. So we'll just set them right there so we can see it. And we're going to go over these little third-party offerings from
Mod fans.
Mod fans, right?
Yeah, Mod fans.
Okay, I keep trying to say Make Toys because that's another company that does it. I'm going to try to get these lights turned down a little bit to see if we can get a little, it's only like working on one of them for some reason. Nope. That's why, because I'm hitting the wrong button like a so-and-so. Oh, that's way brighter. Meh. Something with the camera. We'll figure this out for real one day, y'all.
Yeah. Well, you know what? We set this all up in like 40 minutes?
Yeah, so
there's not a lot of space in here. So the fact that we made this work at all is pretty impressive.
Folks that are in the chat here, the giant chicken, man, it's pretty okay, but I honestly think that the newest offering is a better value.
Yeah.
Just to be honest, it's going to be bigger than this. It's going to do more things. You get essentially two things the size of this
for only $50 more.
No, it's the same.
How much was
Deathsaurus was $249 if I'm not mistaken.
Was he really?
Yeah.
So I was to say that's
exactly. So
I mean the stand is not as nice, but at the same time it's a stand.
Are you talking about this stand or the stand for the?
Well,
Prime?
that stand is a lot nicer than the ones that we're getting for.
Yes. Well, that's what I thought originally too, but I really like the fact that you can combine them together to make a road. So what's going to happen, at least for me, is the HasLab ones are going to live in robot modes, and then my originals are going to live on that road because those look great as the vehicles they are. Because I've had them out messing with them, they suck when they're transformed. Prime does not stay together in a super mode. When you mix them together, it's just he doesn't stand hardly. He's very heavy. He falls down. Great engineering for the time, but the vehicle modes are almost like identical to what the new ones are going to be.
I love the Fire Truck Prime. Fire Truck Prime is that alone was like, yep, I'm getting it.
Yeah, you should pick up the original that just to have in the truck mode, because they're pretty accurate as the exact same thing.
I'll get one that has like some cracked tires and get it cheap because you can get him.
Yeah, you can. I think you can find them decently. Now you're going to be able to find them like very, very reasonable, I feel.
Yeah, because people are going to replace theirs with the new one.
All right, so
where do you want to start?
We're just going to run down through a couple things here. Oh, and we also got a reveal. Let me pop back over here to our thing as BMAC showed the color prototype here, and oh man, I didn't get the picture of the giant staff. This staff is going to be huge. 24 inches, man. That's 2 feet.
Yeah.
That's 2 feet. That's like the size of Metroplex.
Yeah.
Or a Fort Max.
Yeah.
So
isn't the sword meant for one of those?
I don't know.
Isn't he supposed to be one of their swords, basically?
Maybe.
I think.
I've
never seen RID.
I'm just rewatching again. I never finished it when I was younger, because I went to college and then stopped watching things. So I mean, that thing's going to be pretty large, I feel.
I'll give it to like Scorponok or somebody.
Yeah.
Because Black Zarek already has one. I wonder if it'll be the size of Black Zarek's.
Probably.
Because he's over there.
But way better.
Yeah, more detailed.
I was going to go through a quick rundown of what we got for the Legacy so far. We have Bumblebee, Windblade, Chase, and the cores of the Rock Guy and the Megatron and the Tasmanian Kid. We've handled collectively all these molds. I've handled like all of them, actually, I think.
Because I have Tasmanian Kid over there. Yeah. I got Chase and B back there.
Yeah, the Bee is wonderful. He is way better in hand than he is in photos.
Yes.
Like way better.
Absolutely.
In photos he looks really boxy, and he's still a little
I wish he had the smoky plastic instead of the clear plastic.
Yeah. He's a little boxy, but yeah, he's a great, and he's super cute how small he gets here.
And he's a much better size than
the original.
The original here,
which is like
this big old behemoth,
like double the size of that.
Yeah.
So he doesn't scale. So he scales very well with everything we have going on. I agree. I wish this was like more smoky than this kind of clear, but they had to do that for the boosters here. So it's nice we got those extra little pieces in, and the way he compacts into this tiny little guy, it's just freaking adorable.
I want
like
all
this
the
is
recolors.
This is great. Yeah. Like I really hope we get a Wasp out of this.
Yeah, at least Wasp.
So I mean they've got to do it. I don't know why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
I mean, they have this tooling. This is going to be milked at least a couple more times. It has to be.
I hope so.
They'll do a cartoon accurate or something or something like that. So,
but I would take 10 more of those. I'll build an army of those. I mean,
and he's adorable.
Throw a couple different head sculpts on him.
Yeah, I think I threw this to my wife, and I was like, "Here, baby, what do you think about this?" She's like, "Oh, he's so cute," and I was like, "Yeah, that's about right. That fits."
That's all he needs to be.
And he has wrist rotations on a deluxe,
on a tiny
this size, deluxe this size. So Hasbro, I know you're never going to watch my stuff. Get your head out your butt and fix some things on Voyagers. All Voyagers should have a wrist rotation. That bugs the heck out of me. And also, he don't have hands you can see. Fix that on some stuff. I mean, come on.
Well,
I've got the Gamer Prime down here, and you can see his hands on his butt.
I'll take it a step further.
Come on.
Anything that's a Voyager or bigger should have the opening hand.
Okay.
Like
now you're getting a little.
You're
getting a little too crazy there, man.
It's one pin. It's one piece and one pin.
Let's
or two.
Let's
if
we can get wrist rotation first. It's opening hands. It's you're asking a lot there, dude.
That was my mistake. The first figure I got back into collecting was Hot Rod, and Hot Rod's so good.
Okay, what about this? It either needs one opening hands or a wrist rotation. It has to have one or the other. On the Voyager moving forward.
Yes.
I think we got to meet in the middle here.
Yeah, we got to have at least one.
Because asking that for both is like a lot. I could see, but it would make everything so much better. Yeah, so much better. Windblade, she's great. I've got some images I've shot like 3 weeks ago. It's just life's been busy. I haven't got those posted up yet.
Is part of this line? Or is he previous?
Nope, he's previous. He is.
I can't remember because he's such an odd thing.
Yep, he's wave 3 of Legacy evolution. So that's good. Tasmanian Kid, he's fun. I like him a lot. His transformation is interesting. It's not just a straight rat trap retool.
No.
I like the way his gun plugs into his butt.
I like
Could use
how
a
it
little more
looks.
paint, maybe.
I like his fake chest, how it looks. My only real complaint is the head piece doesn't tab in. Perfect.
Yeah, it's very titchy to get it to line up just right.
Also, he doesn't really transform so much as he kind of just scrunches.
He shell forms.
Yeah,
I mean, and
he shells forms decently.
Yeah, and I don't hold that against him. I mean, he was that's how.
How else are you gonna make that?
Well,
work?
with the Beast Wars stuff, I'm cool
class.
with that though, because that's what they did. So it still has that original flavor, and I guess I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Also, core class. I mean,
yeah, in his core class.
But like the thing is, like he's for a core class, he's so much better than so many other core class.
Oh yeah, I mean, like this first wave of United core class is hands down better than I think anything previous that we've really
Except
gotten.
Rat Trap. I'll say Rat Trap is probably one of the best core class.
And that's like 3 years ago.
Yeah, because like I have a bunch that like I have like the Shockwave and like I have Ratchet and like Ratchet is terrible.
It's,
like
I hate that.
It's
figure.
it's like you look at like Tasmanian Kid and Rat Trap and then you like look at the other ones and you're like, how did they make you so good and you all so bad?
That Ratchet's not great, and I have the Ironhide of it, and the Ironhide's a little bit better because I think the red wears it a little better.
Yeah, the white doesn't look great,
but it's not the best figure.
The best thing about them is their guns. The guns look great for those.
Yeah. The rock guy, I have a little short up about him.
Oh yeah,
he's actually way better. Aside from the flaws that he has, that I can give it away because of a core class, which is the big handle hanging off his butt.
Yeah. So he can be a gun.
So he can be a sword. That's the worst third mode you've ever had.
Yeah, easily just what if somebody else just picked him up?
Yeah, but by itself, he's actually pretty fun. And I love the head sculpt, and then that Megatron's super cool, man. Like what's it? The Energon.
Energon.
Yeah. It's really cool. I suggest picking it up. He is fun to mess with.
Hasbro, give us a Voyager scale one. And I want it.
It's pretty cool. I'll just say that. So that's kind of like a quick update on what has recently come out. What we have coming is the Chromia. And let me pull her up over here.
I'm excited for Chromia. I love that Prowl mold so much. I know you're not the biggest fan.
Actually, I got Gears first. Let's go Gears first.
Okay, we'll do Gears first.
All right, so Gears, man.
I want to.
Oh wow, that's a tiny picture of Gears.
Whoops. That's hilarious.
I clipped that one wrong, y'all.
Can we zoom? Yeah, down here. We can zoom.
All right. Oh, good lord. Resolution. Anyhow, Gears here looks great. This head is the dumbest thing ever.
I love it.
But it's great. It's so good. His chest is going to open up like that one episode, and his gun is accurate. I mean, this guy
he only uses his gun like twice.
This guy looks wonderful.
I will say, I kind of wish they didn't do the chest thing just so that his wheels would look slightly better.
Wheels would be a little, yeah.
Because they look so stupid.
They look... There seems to be a lot of space in between here, and they look thin. And Hasbro, again, that you're not listening, hire me to do your photography because I won't do things like have a wheel halfway turned to the side here.
Some days I think they do this on purpose.
I just don't.
They have to do this on purpose.
I don't think that the G.I. Joe photography is so great. And the Sandstorm photography is great.
Whoever did Sandstorm did fantastic.
They gave two poos and a ha about what they were doing.
Yeah.
Another thing, like small things, like I wish the wheels were pegged or not mushroom pegged. I wish they were pinned.
Yeah.
But man, this looks super great. I'm pretty stoked about this one, and we're gonna get a swerve out of it. That'll be a cool. I think the head sculpt will be a little bit cooler with that.
I'm always a sucker for a new mini bot.
Yeah.
So I have all the mini bots up to this point except for Bug Bite.
Yeah.
I think is the only one I'm missing. Which is just he's White Bee. Who cares?
Yeah. After that, Chromia is the next release. I didn't pull her in alt mode because we know what it looks like.
Yeah.
I think this looks fantastic.
The colors
look
so good. The aqua, the weird lavender, and the red. Somehow this shouldn't work. Mm-hmm. These colors together should not work, and yet it does. It's to quote Thew, a bi icon. Just absolutely great.
It like she looks good. Not accurate to what Chromia
No, definitely not.
But she looks great. I hope she comes with a weapon other than the shurikens, because that's not Chromia.
Yeah, she's supposed to have. What is her weapon?
I hope she gets at least some kind of gun or something.
Does she? What's her weapon in the? in that version. She usually has something else than a gun. But also, I have the...
No, Siege is like a rifle or something.
Yes, Siege, she has a sniper, which I do have because I have Red Cog. So if you have Red Cog, he comes with her sniper rifle. Okay. So you can give her the sniper rifle, which I probably will.
Yeah, so that's, let me see what I got here next. Okay. Chromia, and we'll run through stuff. And the other one, oh, man,
You put these in a weird order.
Well, I had an order for these, I promise. And actually what it is my other one didn't save for some reason. Something funky went on.
Well, you want to do Wheeljack next?
So,
since he's already there?
Well, yeah, we'll do it next because I want to talk about Shard.
Shard.
Which is super weird.
And I love it.
I like, for some reason, when you sent me that guy, I was like, that
I hate his name.
Weirdly looks cool.
Yeah. He's such an odd everything about him. He's like a crystallized helicopter.
And for some reason I can get behind a vehicle being a rock, but it's a rock helicopter, so that's not a thing. Like
it's so outlandish. It's such a cartoon weird thing.
Yeah.
It feels like a Masters of the Universe vehicle.
But
I love it.
I like that. Like I can see them repainting that in like some like volcano colors that would look super sick.
That's my only critique with the truck that's coming out.
Yeah.
Is that he's good, but he's so boring in those like gray and black. Also, I'm still convinced they named
them.
Yeah, because the names match each other, but not what they are.
They are. Yeah, but I've heard good things about that too.
Yeah,
maybe it's one of those things.
He looks good.
I'll pick up at some point or something, or I don't know. But like it's
also he's the first deluxe, and I wonder if he'll get a recolor, just like they did. Whichever Junkion that is from last year, they did the Decepticon recolor of it.
Oh yeah.
In the purple, and so I wonder if he'll get he would look great in like some volcanic colors as well.
Yeah, maybe we'll get like a 3-pack with a more like black dominated, but then like this glowing orange coming through for like they're all like some kind of magma bots, or maybe there's some kind of like Sentinel or like troop pack or something.
Yeah. Well, because they did,
like I said, because they're going to do something else with it. They have to.
They did kind of like what they did with the fossilizers. There's that one that's like the magma, Pteranodon or whatever it is. And it's great. Yeah. Even though it's mostly clear plastic, which is it's fine. When it's that thick,
it's fine.
It's fine. Especially if it's like a parts former like that, then it doesn't really matter.
Let's catch a few comments here. Let's see. So Knox, you're a big fan of Ultra Magnus. You haven't pulled it yet. Hey man, I'm just gonna say, HasLabs, they don't go down in value.
No, if you get it and you do, I told my wife this, is like if I'm gonna buy this, and it's expensive, and if I don't absolutely love it in hand, I can sell it for what I paid.
You'll at least get what you paid for it, and it'll be worth it for that. Like really, it's I don't think there's a way you can go wrong on the HasLab stuff nowadays. Just historically looking at it from because if it doesn't get back, then no one's wanting it. People who don't back it at some point are probably going to want it, and down the line, 10 years down the line, when people are trying to complete stuff, they're gonna need it. So I think you're safe on that one, Knox. Lee, what's up, dude? Sorry I didn't say hey to you earlier when I saw you pop up in there. Think you're hopping up hopping on here with us this Saturday.
That's the best description of I've heard.
Yeah,
for his wheels.
Yeah, it does.
He's like a little boxcar racer. He's like he almost is like he's just kind of sat on the wheels.
But seeing that's what I wonder again. Like the photography sometimes like makes stuff not look as good as it should. And I think when we get it in hand, it's going to be way better than it actually is. Like the video we looked at before.
Yeah. Which I think he already did. Somebody, I think it's Prime versus Prime. He always gets everything.
Probably.
I think he showed, and he looks better. He doesn't look that much better, but he does look a bit better in hand.
All right, so let's jump back over here to our pictures and go to Wheeljack.
I love his stupid fairy wings that you get from the blast shield. He comes with so much stuff. They really went all out on him.
And these can come off, so it's not just that. Now, dude, his back does look so huge. Again, this could be photography. Yeah. This could just be angle. So it's like, God, that looks like so big. But the fact that B can go inside of him,
he's gonna live in. Let's be honest. Most bots, when you buy them, they live in robot mode. Yeah. But this one, he's gonna live in vehicle mode.
It's probably gonna be on the shelf with B putting.
Well, yeah, because if you look down there, I have Jazz and B. Yeah. If you wanna because I think he's gonna be the bigger He's gonna be the biggest one, obviously. Of those three.
He'll be bigger than man. God, again, I just got to say that Jazz is so good.
The Jazz is
so freaking good.
Jazz is definitely the best of the three.
Yeah,
but I don't know. That B's pretty good too. I get why people don't like him, but like his head sculpt is the best.
He's good. But man, the Jazz does it for me for some reason.
It's the grapple hook. It's also the way that all of his weapons store perfectly into it, and it's like seamless.
Yeah. So here we got the alt mode. Again, looks super boxy, but that's how it came. And it's for some reason this gun just seems really tiny to me.
Yeah, and I like the gears on the front. I like that you can stick the energon rods on the side. Mm-hmm. Lord knows where my energon rods are.
Oh, I have a specific box for that kind of stuff. So.
Oh, I do too. They're in a bag somewhere. Yeah. But like, I like that you can put the blast shield on them. I like that they included that because you know, if we're gonna do this, is probably like one of the few times we'll ever get this.
I've just got to say, man, this is going hard.
Yeah,
I feel this thing is going hard, and like how are they, like, how are they getting the budget for this thing?
Well, because he's gonna be
so hard.
Deluxe scale, but Voyager price. I bet.
Okay.
I bet he's gonna be a Voyager.
But he's got to be closer to Voyager size to fit B inside folded up, though.
Yeah.
Or maybe those panels are just so thin. So
I was gonna say, well, I think all his backpack just kind of like accordions.
Crumples in
probably, because just to give you that space. But also, you still gotta like crumple up B to make him fit in there.
Smush in. So which I don't hold that against.
No. The fact that he could, because let's be real. People talk about scaling all the time. There is no real scaling, especially in G1. They change
mass shifting.
They change scene to scene. I think there's like a point where like Bumblebee is like bigger than Optimus Prime for like one shot, and it's just like what?
Oh, I just lost the chat, y'all. I was trying to refresh it and I messed it up.
Hit it again. Do it again.
I'll keep pressing the button again and again to get the chat back.
I'll just pull it up. I'll pull up the stream.
Cool.
And we'll just it'll pop up faster on here than it even will.
There it is.
Oh, there it goes.
Cool. So yeah.
Sandstorm. Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna get to Sandstorm here in a minute too. And Joey Dickerson, I think this might be the first time I've seen you jump in here, so I appreciate you joining us for the stream today. All right, so jump back over here to our reveals and everything. So the multi-pack. Got to talk about this guy.
Are we only waiting on Jazz and Sunstreaker?
We're waiting on Jazz and Sunstreaker reveals at this point because we've seen Trailbreaker, we've seen Wheeljack, and I've got a picture of that, and we've got some discussion on that, and we've been seeing this for like over a year now.
No, we've seen this for 2 years.
2 years, yeah. So it's again, I think honestly, I was talking to a guy in the comment section about my detritus video earlier today, and I think the Siege Hound mold is actually a better version of this because the chest I think feels better. It feels a little more filled out, but I mean, I'm excited for this. I want to see what this looks like in hand. I think the paint looks great on it.
Have you seen the leaked box? That is there's a box that got leaked for him, and he's a single and not a multi-pack.
So it's the old box that
So it's the old box that got leaked, and so literally at some point he was supposed to be.
Yeah, he was supposed to be buzzworthy, and then they canceled all that,
doesn't exist anymore.
So let's jump over and just talk about the Jazz here, which Wheeljack. Which
it's a big day for Wheeljacks the other day.
Yeah, and I mean
two Wheeljack reveals in one day.
Cool. Look, he comes with his gun. That's cool. I don't think this looks terrible. I like when they do the painted chest because the clear plastic is terrifying. And like my Jazz, I'm okay getting another Jazz because he's actually going to have like the painted chest, so it's not going to be cracking all over the place.
Yeah. Also, I think he's dark white and not like
Oh yeah, I've got a comparison on that here in just a second too. I think this is good. I like they have the little green accents here, so that's nice. And that carries over from the original Earthrise release or whatever. This looks like crap to me. Again, it could be photography, but this looks so plain and boring here.
And I get it. I get why. But at the same time, just the number doesn't even look real. The number looks like it was an afterthought.
Yeah, and they don't
like a product shot.
And they don't have like the stripe or the extra logos or anything on it.
It feels like it's too far forward.
And see, I mean, here he is like next. And of course, this is the creamy kind of off-white, so you're wanting the stark white. I mean, we get it. That looks great.
But here's my thing. You see the numbers on the old one? See how they're they're bigger even. So it's like I feel like
they're in a different place.
Yeah, and I feel like if you're gonna only have the number on him, make it bigger.
Yeah, at least do something to fill that out.
Make it feel that space better.
It just doesn't. Something just seems off about that. And man,
because that isn't even like a number on a race car. That looks like a number that you would see like on a test product.
Yeah,
like
And these aren't.
It would almost look better without the number.
And these are renders, or I don't know. This might not be renders. This might actually be the actual product shots. But if they are, I'm kind of like, ugh.
I still don't love this mold either. I've never been a big fan of this mold.
It's neat enough. I like the slicer version of it better.
Yeah.
I think it looks. I just think it looks cooler.
His regular.
Yeah, and there's the regular one in real life, and
this is the Earthrise version, so not the one with all the messed up stuff. But he's got like the tampos are so much better, and so it's kind of hard for me to justify getting that pack.
Yeah.
Because for just Hound, because I have everybody else.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they look better enough.
I'm interested to see the Sunstreaker and the Jazz.
Yeah, I mean, those are going to be what makes or break me getting that
just
back.
To see.
So I may have to get it just to get Hound and then sell the rest.
Parks the rest out. So. Do what you got to do. Let's see. The other thing we have on the little reveals here, and let's pop back over, is all these things from our friend JT Prime.
So Treads, Pathfinder, and Smallfoot. That is Warpath, Cosmos, and
oh crap!
What's the other one? I don't remember.
Is Smallfoot going to be Gears? Yeah, right.
It might be. Yeah.
Smallfoot is the recolor of Gears.
I'm a sucker for that. I love mini bots. I already said that. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna absolutely get it. Because what is it? Path? No, Treads. Treads is blue Warpath, and I'd love that. And
I'll take a black Cosmos any day.
Exactly. So
all about that.
Do we know where that one's gonna be? Is that one Target or Amazon?
I don't know. That might be a. I think that's Fan Channel. I think that's Pulse.
Oh, is that Pulse?
I could be wrong, but I think that's Pulse.
Okay.
Then we do got this does say Bumblebee 2-pack.
Ratchet
and Brawn Death Pack. So
yeah.
Is that like the last Target exclusive? This not going to be Bumblebee.
Target's still going to have exclusives. They're just not going to be buzzworthy Bumblebee.
So that's an automatic. Not getting that.
Yeah, that's an easy pass. Also,
or let me say this: I'll pick it up for $12 when it goes on clearance again.
But my thing is I love why does he look so good? Why does Ratchet and Ironhide that pack look so good? Other than the fact that the dead version.
Yeah.
I like the painted windows, and he's actually got Ironhide has a stripe on them, and it's I'm sure we'll get them again. Because let's be real, I didn't think we were gonna get another new wheeljack, and then all of a sudden, here's all these molds from 4 years ago.
Yeah,
that you're gonna get again with a new.
Well, and if you look at it, most of those molds, we'll just go back over. Most of these molds came out at a time where it was the COVID times.
Yeah,
and you couldn't get these two guys. Mm-hmm. I never saw him. I ended up with this guy from a Facebook Marketplace, and I just picked him up the other day from our shop for a great price. Yeah. That's the only reason I have these two guys. He was everywhere in a million different colors because that's just what they laid him out for.
They made a bunch of different wheels.
And Studio Series Jazz was out there a little bit better because he was more closer to the tail end, but he wasn't that wave 3 right in the middle of COVID.
You can still get him.
So really, this is another chance to get these two guys.
Yeah, that's what it's that and Hound. That's what you're getting.
And to get the cartoon accurate version. So that's where we're going with that. Let's see, Optimus Prime and Bullseye.
That's the Target deco of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, and
Ravage
like the Target mascot dog, which that's weird, but I'm all in on it, man.
I like it. I like that.
It's like the Pepsi Prime back in the day.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's I can get behind that. I wish they'd have done the Volvo VNR for that instead of the Laser Prime again.
Well, and then that was also supposed to be Amazon.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be the Amazon truck for a minute, and then
they changed it, yeah.
And that's why we got the Christmas one instead.
Yep.
Which I like the Christmas one a lot.
I do too. He's in my Christmas display, so let's see, Retro Prime with a trailer now. Cool.
Sure.
That's going to be too expensive, so no one's going to buy it.
Well, and no one I still don't know who's going to buy what are the ones called that have it's the G1 Prime, but he's got like a waist swivel and ankle tilts.
The Missing Link?
Missing Link. Why are they so expensive?
I've got that.
You've got that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Was it out yet?
No, I don't have it. It's
okay,
like
okay.
But
you have that ordered.
I have. I have it pre-ordered through my buddy.
Why is he so much?
I don't know. I had a debate of whether I wanted to get the full trailer one versus the
one that's just him.
The one that's the animation, and that was hard. But I went with the trailer because I don't have a G1 Optimus, so this is going to be my G1 Optimus. That's how I justified it. Like, this is my G1, and I mean, if you look at it, man, I mean, this is going to be like $80 probably. Like this one, about $80. So, I mean, if you can get like the missing link one, yeah.
Oh, a trailer includes.
Yeah. Bombshell Ramhorn. I don't
understand. I kind of think of all the ones that are on here, I think that one might be wrong. I think that listing might be
something weird. Did Bombshell and Ramhorn like fight in a certain? Is this just a way to get Ramhorn out for the retro blaster?
Yeah.
Is that the purpose of that?
Well, because
because
Blaster doesn't come with cassettes, does he?
I thought he did. But the retro one
does he come with the Lion?
Steeljaw?
Steeljaw?
I think so.
Okay.
So maybe that's
also. Why have we not got Ramhorn or Steeljaw yet for Legacy Blaster?
Maybe it's going to come.
Well, also
because all we've got is eject 4 times over.
Yeah. Well, and then they need to update eject.
Well, we are getting it again.
Yeah.
Because there's a Target exclusive blaster coming out.
Oh yeah.
Based off the Kingdom mold. So who knows what cassette that will come with?
Also, give us What's the other Laserbeak? It's not Laserbeak.
Oh crap.
It's the yellow one.
Oh, what's the other? Buzzsaw.
Buzzsaw. Give us Buzzsaw. No one ever gives any love to Buzzsaw, and he's the original cassette.
Yeah.
Because the original toy didn't come with Laserbeak. It came with Buzzsaw.
Yeah. Timbo Rice, what's up, dude? That's who I was talking to earlier today about Hound and everything. So glad you jumped in our stream, dude. Appreciate it. Let's jump back over here to these listings real quick, and we can get stuff moving, because I know y'all are actually here. You want to see some of this Deathsaurus action. Yeah. So, Starseeker's Road Pig, that's what...
Crash Bar remold.
Crash Bar recolor and everything.
I don't know anything about Road Pig. So,
it was Laser Cycles. I don't know a ton about it. That was during my time, but that was G2. I didn't collect it back then.
Bludgeon and Ruckus.
Who is Ruckus going to be?
I don't know. Because I assume he's going to be a remold of somebody.
Mm-hmm. So this is the new Amazon pack that's going to be coming out. So it'll be interesting to see who that'll be. Not going to spend a lot of time on that because we don't
know about yet.
And then this is interesting. Leader Soundwave. This says is a repaint of Earthrise with a retool.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that one comes with Buzzsaw.
What does that mean? What's our retooling going to be? What's that going to look like?
What would you change?
I would take the vestiges of the Siege spaceship version off.
Yeah.
Take that off. That's the main thing is those little pieces that were left from that molding. I mean, are they going to make him more articulated? Are they going to make him bigger?
For the cassettes.
Could be.
Because, they've redone Laserbeak and Ravage already.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if it's just they did it again, maybe?
Maybe.
Or... maybe it's Buzzsaw, and maybe this is how we get Buzzsaw.
Maybe this is how we get those packs again. Lee, let's see. Do you know when 86 Optimus Prime would be coming out? We don't have a firm date for 86 Prime yet.
No, is he gonna be this year?
Yes.
So he's gonna be this year. I would guess he's probably gonna be the last wave of this year, because they're gonna or like next to last, just because they'll probably want him before Christmas.
I could see them revealing him on a stream in the summertime.
Yeah.
And then it's going from there. Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking. Timbo is removing the little arm blaster things.
Maybe a different head sculpt.
Yeah, maybe the other color head sculpt and some repainting on him.
A magenta comic one. I would buy that instantly.
I mean, if this new comic series that's coming out,
I hope
looks like, and
I'll buy all of those.
Just so happens that is what our next topic is. Yes. Segway. Nice, man. We did a segue. What about that? Look at us. This is cool.
I love it.
This is
I love it so much. I'm so dumb.
I'm about this always. Also, I'm about this because the price is only $59.99, so he's only $4 more than he was originally.
And he comes with all the extra swords.
He comes with all the extra swords and all this awesome deco, and this cool box and all. It's one of those things that it's going to be hard for me to keep this dude in the box with that. Is that where he lives?
I'm keeping.
Black.
I don't. You know me. I don't keep boxes.
Yeah,
that box is getting kept.
Yeah.
It's going on the shelf because have you seen the side where they fit together on the sides?
I haven't actually looked at that.
When you put them side by side, it's Grimlock and Shockwave punching each
Cool.
other. So it's really nice.
Yeah. So that's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Also, the silver looks so much better for his gun.
Yeah.
Than the black.
I like it, and those extra swords. I didn't clip all the images just because didn't want to put too many slides in here.
Yeah.
But he does have all the other Dinobot swords. So is this how we're getting them? Because the rumor was we're getting those Dinobot swords with swoop.
Well, I think.
So
I wonder because these don't look like who came with a sword. Which one of them came with a sword?
It's a slag.
Slag.
No, it's Snarl.
Snarl came with his sword, and these swords don't look like his sword because his sword's silver, and these are all red. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if maybe we will get these swords again with him, just in a different color.
I wonder if they go toy accurate colors at some point, and this is how you get all their swords.
Yeah. So because it's entirely possible that they just can take that you could just take this exact box with because it has here come the Dinobots as the comic, and you could just re-release all of those.
Yeah,
I will buy them all again.
They're not done with those molds. They put too much into them to be one release. They're going to keep using those things for the next 10 years. I was like, at minimum the next 5 years. But I mean, even look at what some of the stuff we get now is. I mean, Twin Twist we were talking about earlier. They've recolored him. He's from Titan's Return, and that was 2018. So that's 4, 5, that's 6 years ago or so.
How long ago did this?
Almost 5 years ago.
Almost 5 years out, and we're getting new colors of him.
Yeah.
So it's they got to reuse these molds forever.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, and Timbo. Yeah, dude, that Grimlock is. It's sick. Let's look at the Shockwave real fast as well. So this looks wonderful too.
I love it. I love his weird Optimus Prime head.
And again, for the price, $39.99. I mean, and he comes with a weird Optimus Prime head where he's keeping him on life support in that comic and everything inside the Ark. I mean, there it is. It's even got like a
tube,
like a spinal cord almost thing coming out. I mean, that's pretty.
Can we get Alligator Prime?
That's pretty crazy. So, I mean, at some point, man, you never know with the way they're doing stuff now. But and he's gonna turn into the. Let's jump back over here.
He turns into
the spaceship. That you flip it upside down and it's a.
I did see someone ask.
A gun.
I wonder if they can do that. If they could get away with that as Megatron.
No,
I don't think you can. He would have to look too different.
Yeah. Now hidden mode somehow maybe, but it's. So that those look great, man. I'm
not mad that we don't get a Megatron. I know a lot of people are that it's like, oh, he's not supposed to be a tank. He's supposed to be. It's like, it was always dumb that he turned into a gun for Starscream anyway.
Yeah, and he looks good in bot mode.
Yeah,
like if they can do the bot mode, then we're all good in my opinion.
Yeah.
So all right, so let's.
Also, we've got the accessory of him as a gun. So I mean, that's all you really need anyway.
Here so we can put that on the camera.
I was going to say, this is all you really need.
So which one is that? Oh, is that from Starscream?
Yeah, this is from Starscream. Yeah. This is the only reason to get that, is so you can have...
You can have a little Megatron gun.
A little Megatron gun.
Yeah.
And so it's like, why would you... I mean...
And
he's got a mass shift
And if you want something, just get something third party, because it would be better anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be better. And you can get the scope and everything. Yeah. So.
All right. So...
Also, I know a lot of people don't like the comic stippling on Shockwave here for like his legs, and I gotta say I absolutely love it. I know a lot of people don't like it, and I get why you wouldn't like it, but at the same time, I'm all about it. I'm all about comic stippling. I think
it's good because
my logos have comic stippling.
Well, and it's like the 35th anniversary Prime that we were talking about earlier.
The cell shading.
Cell shading. I think it's cool. Now this guy, wow, this dude, dadgum.
We could have done a whole stream on this.
Yeah. Sandstorm looks great.
He might be the best triple changer. Well, we haven't
when we get him a hand, we will see. But I will definitely say the modes.
He looks better.
Astro Train is pretty good, except for his back.
Yeah.
And shuttle mode. Blitzwing definitely.
We don't talk about Blitzwing.
Yeah, we don't talk about. Yeah.
Blitzwing looks really good in robot mode and nothing else.
Yeah, but this dude, come on now. This is a wonderful mash of the original toy, the original animation, together because so the original toy had this face on it.
Yeah.
But the original animation had his actual robot looking face.
Yeah, he's got human. A regular face.
So we've got this nice mix of kind of the way the heads look together. Because
I know some people don't like that.
But this is what the original toy was.
Yeah.
So I think that's super rad. And I mean, I'm talking about
the helicopter.
The helicopter looks almost identical to the original toy, except better.
The loveliness of having an actual string.
Yeah, we get a string. When was the last time we got a string on a Transformer?
On anything. He can pull up the cage and the fact that the cage becomes his roll cage and the. And
that's the other thing. This wasn't something the original toy had, but this was in the original animation. So they never figured out a way to put the cage on the original toy, but to give it that little extra bit, they threw the roll cage on here, and then incorporated it as an extra accessory.
Yeah. Also, make him black out.
It's I mean, it would be I don't know.
Because I got blackout over there.
I mean, if you did it would have to be something. A heavy retool or a heavy reimagination, I think.
Yeah, but also I'm okay with heavy reimaginations because it's I have what is it hot.
Get that pulled back.
Hot shot here. Hot shot here looks nothing like he did in the show.
Yeah,
he looks this is not anything like he looked like. But this is still great.
That's a great reuse of
that. That's a great So if you said, "Hey, we're gonna make movie Blackout," and he's a retool of Sandstorm, I'd be okay with that because, give me a live I keep saying this. Give me a live action bot in Legacy as something.
I would like to see a live action bot reinterpreted in an animation frame.
Because we've got Barricade, and he's the closest we've got to it, and he's probably one of my favorites, honestly.
Yeah, this guy's actually I know if Lee's still in the chat with us. It's on his list, his want list for this year is to get him.
Fantastic.
I think he was about to pre-order him recently.
And if you can get the upgrade kit for him, he's even better. I need to get the upgrade kit for him at some point.
Timbo, you see, Megs as a gun was a thing for kids back in the day, making bad guys into bad things like guns. Well, so, all this came from Micro Change and Diaclone. So,
and a couple of the other ones.
That Micro Change line of stuff, that's why we had the stuff that looked real. That's why we had that's where Soundwave came from, so he looked like a tape cassette. So that's where Megatron...
he was an actual tape cassette.
Looked like a gun. He looked like a... like a Walther P-38.
Because this is meant to be the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Yeah, the Man from U.N.C.L.E. version of the gun. So that's where they pulled that over, and we didn't have the same laws we did back then in the good old 80s. So
yeah, absolutely fantastic. Also looking forward to we're getting a new version of this. We're getting a new Hot Shot this year.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that leak. So,
but they haven't said whether he's going to be because I was telling you, Cybertron, a lot of them die. They die, and they get brought back, and he's one of them. So he starts as a car, just a little car, and then he becomes this big military vehicle.
Okay.
So I don't know which version we're getting. I'm guessing the car version because that's probably easier to do. Retool
or pull from something else.
Else. But this is based on his military look, which is why he's a retool of Hound. So.
I think that thing's cool. Let's see, Sandstorm. So you upscale him for Springer.
We're getting Springer. We're getting
we're getting Springer this year too.
We're getting Leader Class 86 Springer, which I'm hoping is. I love the Voyager version, and the fact that they made him work so well on a Voyager budget is madness.
It's going to be interesting to what they do to make him better.
Yeah, how do you?
He's not perfect, but how?
What do you do with that extra budget to improve? Basically? I mean, because he's near perfect in my mind.
Scaling maybe to make him fit with things better, maybe to fit with Ultra Magnus a little better.
Hands.
Opening hands. Yeah, maybe. It's I don't know, man.
Yeah, he's a wrist rotation, I think.
Yes, because he has swords.
Yeah.
Because everyone with swords should have wrist rotation, unlike Armada Starscream, that I will complain about until I die.
He sits on the back of my Seeker shelf.
And he looks good, but I'm like, come on, man. Come on. Just
he literally comes with two swords.
And
you can't.
Anyway,
moving on.
Moving on. Back over to Sandstorm. This dude's great. Definitely worth it. Definitely day one purchase. Comes with so much stuff.
2 guns.
The backpack being heavy is kind of it's like, man, that's so back heavy. But again, that was the original toy.
That's just how he looks. That's how he looks in the show. That's how he looks in the toy. That's just
that's so good. That was my next slide.
Who was that?
Okay, well we got to jump over here. I got some stuff out of order.
What is that?
All right. What is this?
That's the
yeah.
Is that Gamer?
No, this is concept art Bumblebee movie Sunstreaker.
And he looks.
This thing looks
fine.
I
like the car mode a lot.
See, I think it's weird, man. I don't know what's happening here with the wheels. I don't know. This one isn't quite doing it for me.
The car mode feels very Blade Runner.
Maybe it's just the yellow of it. Like
I think if you pick the wheels out in a different color, sells it.
If this was a different character, I would like it better, I think. But for some reason, it's just not quite doing it for me in the Sunstreaker version here. So that's just a quick mention. I don't want to get stuck on him. I'll get stuck for a second on these things with the Gamer Edition Sideswipe here.
Ooh, he's rough.
It's he's got these weird flat feet, just like the Barricade had.
He would have looked great in 2012.
Yeah.
That's the nicest thing I can say about this mold.
And
like, what is his arm? What's happening in this photo?
Oh, that's the arm gimmick where it comes off and you peg the arms to, which is I don't like that gimmick.
He looks so hollow
for a few reasons. Let me get him down here. I've got him down here actually. So you pull the arm off, and what you do with the extra arm, it's just kind of hanging out there.
This is the best one.
I stuck it on his butt because he's got a flight stand peg there, and that way I don't lose his hand. Also, because with this Optimus Prime, I'm gonna get on a little rant real fast. Optimus Prime, this does not stay on. Impossible. Frickin' possible for this thing to stay on. The original version of this is
better,
so much better, even though it can't do anything. Also, the plastic feels cheap on these guys.
I don't understand why they feel so bad.
He's got butt hands. Like, when you transform, his hands come to the back, and at least they don't stick out.
Yeah.
But there could have easily been a cover. It's just... To me, this line is a swing and a miss. That's just my personal opinion.
Studio series is what kills me. It's Studio series, which is what you expect. The premium, you expect so much from Studio series. Like the live action movie bots, love them or hate them. The Studio series versions are fantastic.
I'll say this: they've gotten fantastic since that line has progressed.
Yeah.
Some of their earlier ones might have been a little, but they've gotten so much better.
Or then like the '86 Jazz and Hot Rod and Magnus. I mean,
freaking amazing.
There's a level of prestige that you associate with Studio series,
and this isn't doing it.
And it's not doing it. It feels like a knockoff. It feels like a knockoff. If this was a third-party toy, it would have been fine.
Very loose here. I mean, and even not as good as some, like, I don't know if you've handled him yet, but it's like...
I've handled the other one, the B.
The B.
Yeah, I've not handled
his chest does open up and he has a matrix, so, I mean, that's something, I guess.
His sword's cool, or his axe, his big axe, that's cool.
I mean, transformation isn't terrible. He transforms a lot better than the original did. The original is kind of a pain to get everything lined up, but I think he looks great.
But, like, these panels, these big, giant door flaps...
I don't know, it's hard to describe until you handle him to me. And if
also,
you like him...
backpacks.
Yeah, and if you like him, like, more power. It's just, the Gamer line's not doing it for me. The B was too finicky. The Barricade was too, like, big, but also, like, felt light for some reason.
Yeah. I wanted to love Barricade so much. And he's got, like, scuba feet.
He's got scuba feet happening.
He's got big old flip-flops for feet.
It's just, I don't know. This line is not... I mean,
the Matrix is nice.
He's got a Matrix. That's cool, but it's just, I don't know. It just doesn't...
I think that falls into the Gears thing of sometimes they try to put in things and everything else suffers for it.
Well, I think now if you have an Optimus, he has to have a chest that opens for a Matrix.
Yeah.
It seems like
a rule now.
Where we're going.
Does Animated doesn't.
Animated doesn't, but
he doesn't need one.
It didn't do a thing. Now compare that to this. These Reactivate guys. This is super cool. He looks kind of boring, but wow, what a fun figure here.
His butt hands.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, he's got his own little things like this being his bumper, but like I really enjoy this Reactivate Prime, and I really enjoy. Oh, I just got primes coming out my ears like this Prime here. which I'm thinking about. I don't get really upgrade kits. I'm thinking about getting the upgrade kit for this guy because actually I like this. I don't know why. I don't do movie things most of the time, but this is good to me for some reason.
I like that one a lot. I love the stub nose.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe.
I love the big cattle guard on the front.
Yeah,
and I get the back half's a mess, but whatever.
Yeah, and that's what.
What do you expect for a Voyager?
I mean, you get a $20 upgrade kit basically, and that fixes all that. Yeah. And so I'm thinking about doing this. Knox, you do like your Gamer Prime? Maybe you just had better luck on yours. Does your hand actually stay pegged in on it, or what? Because mine was not.
Let's see reaction.
Mine was not the best. So. Yeah,
this guy cleans up really nice.
Yeah, I know, man. And like in robot mode, he's really good too. So like in the sea of primes that we have right now, which are like these, to me the gamer one's the weakest one. Yeah. This thing is freaking phenomenal. Yeah. So
I'm jealous. I need him.
He's good. So that's us complaining about some Optimus Primes for a minute. I don't even know where we are on this. I don't even know how I got off on that. Oh, Sideswap. That's how we got on that. So.
Play Animate Prime here. He's so good.
All right, and last thing, okay, little third-party stuff. I'm all about this because, and I don't think I realized this either until you probably texted me about it until I got over here. But like, Will also recently got Tailgate.
Yeah.
I picked him up just because I got a little package deal with a guy I was working with on eBay, and he threw this and some other stuff in, and I was like, man, Tailgate's fun. And then my son absolutely started loving Tailgate. He loves a little mini bot, a little easy transforming thing, and so I was pretty stoked when I saw that New Age is now making Wind Charger. He looks really good.
He does look really good.
Who's going to become Tailgate? So yeah. Now the Tailgate version, the white and the paneling seems to be kind of.
Oh yeah, the panel. He's got a billion panels.
Yeah, it seems off, and it really stands out on the white versus like the red. But what I'm really stoked about for this is B or Wasp.
Yeah.
So they're retooling it into Wasp, and I know it's not the same car, but man, I like it.
I like it a lot.
I like it.
Head sculpt.
That head sculpt is super great, and I love the paint job going on here. And there's me clipping the wrong piece of art.
And we got to get we're getting a mainline Tailgate at some point because they're completing the mini bots bit by bit.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's an easy recolor.
Yeah, and I mean, at Tailgate, and I mean, again, you get out of Tailgate, you get Wind Charger, you can do a Shattered Glass. So I mean, you get three bots out of this one. So I mean, I can see him doing a Tailgate. Also, man, you know who doesn't love a freaking Pontiac Fiero? I mean, come on, like that is like it's just like that's classic 80s, the windowloos and everything on it, and the T-tops, like. I love a little Tailgate. He's super cool. Catch some comments, and then we'll jump into the last couple things here.
Siege is your favorite? Siege Prime is pretty solid. I didn't have a Siege Prime until the other day at all, and I got the cell shaded one, which is probably the best version of this mold. And man, he just is striking. I want them to do the Earthrise Prime in this deco so bad because man, it would kill it.
Let's see. All right, so catch a couple comments here. Let's see, a little loose. Yeah, man. I don't know, Knox. I think I just had a bad taste for those Gamer Edition stuff. I wanted them to be better, and I wanted that Prime to be better because I love that original one. Actually, I own two versions of it, and then there's one with like some red or some like orange like crackling on them. So I'm probably gonna get just so I have all three. So Siege is your favorite Prime, Lee? And I know you really like that Siege Prime. The cell shaded one that we have here is like, I love it. This is one of the first 5 Transformers I bought before I was even collecting because I was like, this looks cool.
Also, something about just what really gets me is this little white piece for the neck to kind of separate it from the body a little bit. It really.
Well, and it was that was like a 35th anniversary thing, Walmart exclusive. So I have the box for that. This is the 35 on it. So that's really cool. Also, that was 5 years ago.
That was 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
5 years.
That's insane. Let's see. What are we talking about here?
3D printed cover for her.
Oh man, hands. Timbo, man, I'm sorry about that. The false pre-orders for Target. I got mine because he came back in stock on Pulse, and I got him, and I checked, and he was gone. Like he was out as soon as they got him. Every time they restock him, he sells out. I don't know why it was so hard to get. Maybe last in a lot of the Bumblebee stuff. Oh, yeah. So it was hard to get through, or hard to get him.
It's like this guy right now. Every time he gets restocked, he's just instantly gone.
Yeah. And I mean, and that's one I'm not as worried about because he is Wave 1 Voyager Legacy United. He's going to be around at some point.
There's the only... there's not another Voyager in Wave 1, is there? Is he the only Voyager?
There's got to be another Voyager. They always release two Voyagers. Voyager? Comments. Who's the other Voyager they're releasing in this? Because there's got to be someone. I want to catch up on the comments here. So you love the ports on the Siege Earthrise figure. I mean, they're going to keep going with 5mm ports. Maybe just not as many.
Yeah, I do kind of wish they would still do some of the little nubs.
The little blast nubs.
Little blast nubs. I get why they don't do those as much anymore, but at the same time, at least all the guns still are blast effects compatible.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But I do kind of miss having, being able to like have someone being like hit by a blaster shot is so nice.
So yeah, you almost got a Fiero as your first car. Heck yeah, dude. That's awesome. You gotta love it. And that they used to be like the classic cars, but licensing ruined everything now.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, and just more commenting on how the Pontiac Fiero was an amazing car. Let's see. Knox, man, we may have to see if we can work out a deal for some of us to pay you a little money to maybe 3D print us some things, if you're into that. So,
what do you wanna move on to?
All right,
we got obviously you got a list, I got a list. We got. Or do you want to just get into some bots?
What on your list have we not covered here? I tried to go through and not through a few things.
Get my list. We did comic. We did Sandstorm, HasLabs, 5-packs. Right, there might be a Super Bowl. Is tomorrow? We might be getting our first look at the new Transformers 1. It should be the trailer. That's the only. Paramount has released all of their trailers for the Super Bowl except one, and people are speculating that that's the one. I'm looking forward to seeing it.
I hope it's good.
I hope it's good. It's got a beautiful. It's got a great cast so far. I'm just looking forward to seeing what the art style is going to be.
I hope it doesn't lose money, so they stop doing stuff. And I wish they would not spend so much money on a voice cast of famous people. So they don't have a $200 million movie that has to make $400 million and then doesn't make its budget back, so then we don't get stuff.
Well, I wonder if they did the Studio Ghibli route, because Studio Ghibli films are notorious for having huge voice cast of people and getting them very cheaply. So sometimes I wonder if maybe because it's like Chris Hemsworth and Scarlett Johansson and I think Ron Perlman and all kinds of stuff. So it's just usually you can get them in for a decent amount if they're interested.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, if maybe especially someone like Chris Hemsworth, he's trying to move away from Thor. He's trying to do other things. So I wonder if that's just something in the line of he wanted to do this.
Maybe it's something that he'll just be like, "Yeah, my kid's like this, so I'll do it better."
Well, that's that's how you ended up with Pete Davidson as. Just as
Mirage,
because that was something that he was he's been trying to be a more serious actor and to try new things, and honestly, he's the best part of that movie.
He was good.
I know a lot of people were not looking forward to him, and I think he killed it.
Yeah, I wasn't. I think he did a great job. I wish Prime in the Rise of the Beast movie wasn't so angry. I get it, but I wish
he's a little jaded.
I wish he wasn't so murderous.
I think that's everything. That's everything I had, except I did have just a meme in here about. I play a lot of video games in Apex Legends, and there are so many characters in Apex Legends that have the same names as Transformers. It's literally half the cast share names with Transformers. Yeah. And I'm like, this can't be a coincidence.
So they just
3 or 4, sure, but once you get to 8 or 9, it's somebody here.
What's the licensing there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because let's see, the ones that I found were Pathfinder, Octane, Lifeline, Mirage, Wraith, Watson, Rampart, and Revenant are all Apex Legends characters and also are Transformers, or at least Transformers names, like Watson is. That's her. That's the girl's last name from the Bumblebee movie. Her last name is Watson.
See, I didn't even realize that, man.
So, but you want to get onto the chicken or the roller? Which one do you do first?
Let's do the roller because we can run through that quicker, I think. So we'll.
I have the comic deco, the IDW comic deco one,
and my idiot self forgot to bring mine, which I have the original kind of blue colored roller.
Yeah,
I think this looks better because this little extra dots of paint on it definitely make it look way better. But man, and we've discussed this personally. Like, yeah, I think I like the color of this one better, even though my lights are washing it out. Like,
we might have to trade because I kind of like yours.
You really?
I kind of like yours. I like the blue.
It's like, I don't know, and I like the little crimson juice box it comes with here. Super cool. But this is Mod Fans. I said it right that time. Dude,
he's great.
Y'all should, if you just want something that's fun and it's not expensive and it's really good.
I mean, less than $30?
I think so. I got mine from Mom Busby. It was 26, and you had to pay shipping, so it's like 36.
I got
Shozi is probably 36. You don't have to pay shipping, so they're pretty much the same price. I got mine from
Shozi, and because I'd never ordered from Shozi, like your first order, you get like an extra 5 off. Mm-hmm. So I mean, he's Voyager, big deluxe, small Voyager. He doesn't have a nightmare transformation like a lot of third party, and he's technically masterpiece scale.
Yeah.
So he fits with MP 44 and
01 and 10.
So 10? He can haul the trailer. He can fit in the trailer. I mean, what's bad about him? There's nothing bad about this. The only thing that might be is a little annoying is like getting the wheels to line up just right.
Are yours a little loose? A little loosey when you?
Not really, but mostly it's just like they don't like. It's hard to know where to line. They have like a little hinge in there. You gotta like move around, and they don't. It's kind of hard to know exactly how to put them.
Yeah.
But honestly, I'm looking forward to everything that they make from now on. Just because if they can continue to put this quality out at that price point,
yeah.
I mean, this has the potential to be the best third-party company because this is literally like their second figure that they've made.
What was the first one they made?
I don't remember. I looked at it, and it's I think it's a head. It's a head for somebody.
Oh yeah, it's actually head for Fort Max.
Fort Max, that's what it is. That was their first figure, and then they did this, and they have a pre-order for. I think they're doing not Fort Max. What's the other one? It's the other one that's also a headmaster.
Scorponok. If they're doing Scorponok?
I think they're doing Scorponok. I think that was the other one that had like a pre-order like you could put down. But yeah, this, I mean, let's be real. You're not going to get a roller figure out of
anything.
Especially not Hasbro. Because Roller is not a character to most people. He's just kind of an accessory.
He's kind of a thing that tows a trailer.
Yeah, he's an accessory to Optimus Prime. So to have an actual in-hand representation of him, and for it to look this good and feel this good, he's weighty. The plastic feels good. The paint apps are good.
Paint apps are great. He's got metal in his feet.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. Or wait, maybe not.
I was going to say, I don't think he has any die cast, but like he doesn't.
It's a different plastic, it seems, than the rest. Maybe mine has metal.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe mine. Anyhow, he is he's weird, man. It's hard to just. If you want, just buy this.
Just buy it. Like I can't. Like I'm not being sponsored, but if they want to,
it's just as good as anything we're getting out there nowadays. From a main line. I mean, it's real.
He may
good.
crumble to bits at some point because there's something. There's something I'm not being. He's probably made out of like horrible chemicals.
I was about to say, yeah, the chemicals are probably going off gas and give us cancer or something. Because is what it is.
This would have been, easily 100 from any other company.
Yeah.
Just because,
just because the paint and everything, it's great.
I mean, what is it? I have the New Age Seeker mold over there. New Age Seeker's new costs $60. Mm-hmm. And he's this big, and he's full on. Technically masterpiece scale.
Yeah, the tailgates and stuff. I think they're probably going to be going for around like 40 or so. Yeah, and I think they're coming a 2-pack.
And the fact that they're going to be this big, and they're going to be lovely designed. But this guy is just as well designed. Yeah, and has like an interesting and not nightmare transformation.
It's so it's like really easy transfer, except for like getting the shoulder bits out here.
Oh yeah, you gotta like unfold the shoulders,
and you gotta kind of get something under them. It's kind of hard to flip up.
Yeah, maybe you gotta get your nails in there.
But yeah, it's again, this guy's great. I can't recommend him enough. And out of what people maybe tuned into, or just maybe they just tuned in. Y'all just tuned in just to see us talk on a Saturday. But we got the Death Chicken here, the final thing here. And man, I really wish I could get these lights not to be so terrible. So,
I mean,
let's see. Oh, that made it worse. This is far down because the camera's adjusting itself. Let's
see, we'll do it like that, and then we'll have it readjust, and then maybe slightly better
because it's kind of washing him out here. So,
I mean, you know what he looks like. He's just, but I mean,
so the Deathsaurus here in his Death Chicken mode, as I like to call it. This guy's let's park him. Let's piece him out real fast.
Get the what are they called?
Well, they're called Breast Masters.
Breast Masters, but what do they call?
Hasbro has some kind of affliction to calling them that. I don't know why.
I mean,
because the word breast, I guess, because that's a dirty word.
Chest Masters.
Chest Masters, same maybe.
Thing.
So
same thing.
Let's see what we got here. Y'all are still talking about Crankcase.
Oh yeah,
dude, y'all are some Crankcase fans in here. If Lee's still in the chat, he's a Crankcase fan, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Crankcase over there.
And actually, we pulled him out on our end of the year stream last year, and like, you know what? I forgot that Crankcase is pretty good.
Yeah, he's better than Skids. He's a lot better than Skids.
He's a lot better than Skids.
Also, Medex is out.
But yeah,
you can maybe find him. I think. I
have him.
You have him.
Yeah.
Already?
Well, Liam got him. I showed him a picture. He's like, "Ooh, who's that?" And I said, "That's Medex." He's like, "Ooh, I want him." I was like, "You can buy him with your money." I was like, "Okay." So we went to Walgreens and got him.
Nice.
So
I need to pick him up. I need to because I have all the other ones, Walgreens exclusive ones, except for Ratchet, which whatever. I have better Ratchet.
You don't have Ratchet.
Well, I don't have. What is it? Siege Ratchet.
Siege Ratchet.
Siege Ratchet. I don't have Siege Ratchet.
I can get you one of those.
Nah, I got.
I've got both of them.
I got that version of Ratchet, which I like better.
The Siege one is pretty cool. Let me just say, it's I've got them like. I think it's worth it, but
because the only Siege version of that mold I have is the
Ironhide.
No, not Ironhide. The
DCS drone.
Yeah, the drone one.
Yeah.
So, which is, I think it's the best looking one of that mold.
It's cool. The Ratchet is way better than I actually thought. So let's start with the Breast Masters here. If you want to go with Bird Breast, and I'll go with this homie here. Lion Chest, or whatever they call him here, turns into a bow. So you got to flip out his little thing here. He's got a little part here that flips down, and that's how the arrow.
I'm being very slow and very careful with this because I kind of know how he transforms, but not like fully.
Yeah, he just folds out. So it's kind of weird, and I'll show it when we get him into robot mode, how this goes on here. But let me see to get this to line up. You have to get the arrow pegs onto a certain spot. Where does it peg onto him?
So I flipped out the... Oh, yeah. Also, this guy turns into a gun, but who cares?
Yeah,
it's a box with two pistols shooting out of it. So.
It's the weakest gun you could probably gun. Let's see where. Okay, I'm fumbling through this, y'all.
But yeah, here's him. Not a lot on the bottom, but the back looks really good. The fact that the beak opens on something like this is great because it didn't have to. Like, you did not have to have a hinge in the beak for this. No, I don't think anybody would have cared.
Yeah.
But the fact that he does, and you can open it the tiniest amount, is pretty good. You can flip the blasters in if you don't want that. But, I mean, like, he really is just what if slightly larger laser beak. That's all he is, really.
Yeah, and lion chest here. I can't remember how to do this. There's a way that this arrow, you got two notches on it that pegs onto the bottom of him. He's pretty easy too. It's just flip these guys up. It is nice that you pull the head out on him, and it gives him a little head rotation. And he as well has a
jaw.
Open. He as well has an opening jaw. Again, man, these lights are killing me. Killing me, Smalls.
I will say the only thing I could critique on this is that his eyes aren't painted. He has eyes. They're very tiny, and they're not painted. So if without that, you would almost be hard-pressed to know if he has eyes. And it's kind of sad, because it's like you painted the beak, and he's got two different Decepticon logos on the back, but he doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, and lion chest here. So that's him in his little line mode, which is more like a weird gargoyle thing when you really look at it.
Yeah, he's not really a lion.
It's but I mean, it looks great. Now again, it would have been nice, especially since this was HasLab, to get us a little more paint on the bottom here. I do respect they did us the vac chrome on this, and that since they did the vac chrome on this, we're getting that on the Ultra Magnus. That's definitely a great thing that came out of them being able to do this kind of stuff. But they're little mini bots. They're cool. They were the things that made Deathsaurus cost more, I guess. Aside from the paint, I don't see the extra cost. And by no means is this saying that any of this is bad. This is good. It's just kind of looking at now that we see what we can get for a HasLab.
Oh yeah.
With the fire truck prime and all, it's kind of like it makes this look a little bit look like we got cheated a bit on it. So let's see.
Like I said, I don't really know what you would do other than just a few more paint apps on these guys.
Yeah. And boom, man, let's get this.
But yeah, especially because if you compare him to what we're getting next, it's like there's really no excuse.
Yeah, and the box gun for this is just weird. It's a thing you can do, but it's kind of like.
Yeah, it's a thing you can do if you want to.
It's a thing you can do. So, and I know that came from the show, so it had to do it. But it's still, it's But yeah, he does have some nice paint apps on the front here and like on the wings there. But it would be nice if his actual wings had a little detail, a little more on it. Let me pop it out there. Yeah, if he had like a little something here, because we've got the molding for the feathers and all, but it would be nice to have a little something extra on there. Let's get some comments real fast. Let's see. We got here. Yeah, Timbo, check out your Walgreens. I know at least 2 or 3 of mine locally had them. I know that Lee got his from Pulse, and he actually got a damaged one, and they sent him another one. So, and Death Chicken will take on KFC for all the chickens they cook. I don't even know if we got a KFC around here anymore. I used to love KFC when I was a kid. That's what you ate after church on Sundays. Now I don't see them as much anymore.
Yeah,
it's because you had Popeyes. You had Popeyes around there. I'm from small town. We didn't have that fancy stuff. Also, you were young 10 years after, or 15 years after I was young. So, and I could go for some food here. I've had like an apple and a piece of sausage this morning. So
I'm not eating.
And some coffee. So,
my plan was to get pizza after we were done with this.
What you gonna do? An LCP?
Probably gonna do Sleezers, Little Sleezers.
Yeah, the LCP, man, the Little Caesar pizza, the LCP, the hot and ready.
Well, I'm probably gonna do. Do you ever get their slices and sticks? Half pizza, half cheese sticks.
I've never done that. I don't think we've done that.
I do that because
I think we've never done that because we have 4 people in our family, so we all need to eat pizza. Yeah. So,
but you get those. They never keep them hot and ready, so they have to make it fresh, and I think it's worth it. If they can give it to you vegetable seasoning, it's good. Let's hit the Micromasters real fast, and this guy's not going to show up because he is completely white. Actually, if I get my hand close, we can do it. Let's do the thing right. I like the unprofessional people who make who have multi-million-dollar budgets do the same thing that we do, which makes me not feel so bad. Yeah, so because it's just look at the little guy. This is Peepo, which is a fun name. Again, my son has loved playing with these guys. This, by the way, is not mine. I gotta say a shout out to the only sponsor we have for the channel, Hamilton Funeral Home. If you die in Hamilton, Alabama, and you need a funeral, call my buddy Jackson. He will take care of you. He will cut you a deal. If you got enough Transformers, maybe he'll even trade you a funeral for Transformers. Because he has to wheel and deal all the time for stuff. But so he is the reason that we get these lovely things like Deathsaurus here. But yeah, people, he's fun. He's a super easy flip out. I didn't know until the other day that his name is literally just because that's what sound ambulances make in Japan. Peepo. Yeah. So his name is literally just a noise, and I love that so much. And then here's the little boat guy. His name is Boater. His name is Boater. It's just yeah. Which that's a great name, man. That's like that reminds me of the old Mitch Hedberg joke. I don't know if you ever listened to Mitch Hedberg, but he had a joke about I want to work for the Kitchen Appliance Naming Institute of America. You just take whatever something does and put after it. Refrigerate, toast, I'm going on break. You know, it's like I respect that. So but yeah, so here we got little Peepo here. He's continuing the Micromasters. His head turns, but you can't get your fingers in there to do it. They are probably the best Micromasters, easily. Also, is this the only version of this mold?
Of both of these.
Of both of these.
The only way to get
insane.
it. The only way to get it was to get Deathsaurus. So these each by themselves are probably worth like $100.
Yeah. So if you want, because if you want to complete your Micromasters, you gotta have these guys.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any Micromasters around.
So it's they're cool. I'm trying to go back and get some of the Micromasters, mainly because they're easy for my son to transform. He loves like a little bot, like because they're small for his hands and they fit. So
they're mini-con size.
Yeah. So
because here's my absolute favorite mini-con, just the little tank guy.
Yeah. So not a ton to say about these. They're great for sure.
Yeah, definitely. For what they
Boater here has a crap ton of paint on him. I mean,
yes,
so much freaking paint.
The hands, the waist, the chest, the head,
all the blue. The boat mode's kind of boring because it's just blue, and there's details in there that if they were peeked out again. When you review something, you got to critique everything you can about it. But this is one of those things, especially since it was a HasLab, you're kind of like, well, could you not have just like given us a little bit better detail on some stuff?
And I get these were the stretch goals.
Yeah, well, these were actually an unadvertised stretch goal. These just like kind of came in out of left field. No one knew these were actually coming with it until it was funded and it was actually closed.
That's funny.
And they're like, which is kind of like that makes it suck even more.
Yeah,
because more people would have bought it.
Yeah, I wonder what because they so the new one has been the fastest Transformers HasLab at least to be completed. We're already at 11,000, so I have to imagine we're gonna get
that sword.
We're at least getting the sword. I surely we're getting. I think even if they didn't hit the goal, they're gonna give us the stands.
Yeah,
because let's be honest, it's premium product. The stand should not be a stretch goal anyway. I think we've discussed this. It shouldn't be a stretch goal. That should be a default thing. We're paying so much money, it needs a stand.
Mm-hmm. For this, I see that. Now, again, for this one, I can see a little bit more because we're getting two at least. For this shouldn't have been a goal. No.
That should have been with it.
This should have just been a thing, in my opinion, as well. Ours, like some of the extra stuff, like maybe the weapons.
And then, like, the thing about this is, like, they were going to make this. Because how... They would not have taken the time to figure out how to put all this extra stuff into it.
This was an auto-include and shouldn't have been a stretch goal.
Like, stretch goals should have been things like the Micromasters. Like, that makes sense to be a stretch goal because you don't need those. They could have released those on their own. But, like, it's like if they ever do, I would like them to do, Primus at some point. I think we might get Primus next year as the HasLab for the 20th anniversary of Cybertron. And I think stretch goals for him should be mini-cons. So,
let's see. We just got some biscuits and gravy. Hey, Lee, did you make? I know you're a country guy, Lee. Did you make that biscuits and gravy yourself?
If only they named him Wee Woo.
So yeah, it's because I make biscuits. Well, up until my kitchen was dismantled, I made biscuits and gravy every Thursday for my oldest likes biscuits and gravy. My youngest likes French toast. So Tuesday's French toast day, Thursday's biscuits and gravy day. So I make I make homemade biscuits and gravy. So like once a week. So let's see.
I mean, his name is essentially Wee Woo.
Yeah. See, Timbo, so you've done a Walgreens hunt over here from Minerva, and they're pretty much only had bubbles. If you're not finding any Minervas, if you can't find you one, Timbo, let me know. I can help you out there. Shoot me a comment or a DM or something, or I don't even know how. Follow me on Twitter, and you can DM me there. I don't like Twitter. It's weird to me. I don't understand how to use it because I'm old.
Well, it's also you joined Twitter after Elon Musk bought it, and it's so much worse. It's so much worse.
I don't even get the whole form. I rather have conversations in my YouTube comments for some reason because it's relevant to what's. I don't know. And I'm sure that's just I'm old, but yeah, Lee. I figured you made your biscuits and gravy yourself.
Old man yells at cloud.
Yeah, I'm lazy, Lee. I make drop biscuits instead of rolling them out. That takes too much time. Let's see. Yeah, man. The tier system is kind of dumb. Like let's see. Yeah, there's some stuff with the tier system that definitely doesn't draw you to get those other tiers. It doesn't. Like if your stretch goal is stands, no one's coming in at the last minute being like,
"Oh, I want those stands."
Man, I want to get those stands. That pushed the value over the edge for me. Yeah. Stretch goals should be that thing that pushes you over the edge. Yeah. So my theory on that is like with Omega Prime, they knew that was going to get funded, so they didn't have to go as hard in the paint as they would, with other things. So.
Well, it's like Deathsaurus. It's like the Micromasters are a good stretch goal because...
That would have been an amazing stretch goal.
Because if you didn't get him, oh well. But if you did get him, you'd be like, oh yeah, I'm happy I got
really
this.
think people would have responded to that. I might have even been one who came in at the last minute and been like, okay, well, I've got to get that because it's the only way you're getting them. Mm-hmm. They're not making... They're not
new molds. They're not even
They're
retools.
Brand new molds. Because like Fire and Holly for Victory Saber, those were recolors. Mm-hmm. So these were like brand new. So it's like, yeah, dude, I would have probably jumped on it then. Kyle, you wanna sponsor a biscuit and gravy cook-off between me and Lee? I'm gonna say Lee will probably get me, man. I'm from the country, but Lee's a bit more country than I am. He's a Georgia boy and I'm a Bama boy, so it'd be the Bama versus Georgia biscuit bowl. So
I'd be here for that.
But let's jump back into.
I'll be a judge for that.
Back into Deathsaurus here. So we get we'll go over this little thing here. Everything stores in here quite nicely. So that's cool. You can't see anything from the back.
I appreciate the fact that it has a function.
Yeah, and this part specifically is nice because it's like shaped to the head of the chicken, and it's even got a little spot here so the back fins can go through. So, that's pretty...
it holds them in the tiniest amount.
Yeah, that's a nice little detail. And then the way everything... Now, you do have to put everything on the back here like in a certain order or it won't go in necessarily. It kind of layers in. So that's, pretty cool. We'll go over these accessories once we get him into the robot mode, which is super easy.
Yeah, he's got a really simplistic transformation.
He has a very easy transformation.
Which is actually, you know what, that's fine.
Which I'm fine with.
Yeah, not everything has to be a million steps.
No, and that's why we've discussed why we don't like Masterpiece sometimes. Yeah. We were talking about Jetfires earlier. I have Masterpiece Jetfire, and it's not...
It's not fun.
It's not fun.
It's not fun, and
It's not. And
if you're not having fun with it, then...
Yeah. And what are we doing? The Siege Jetfire back there was already so great, and it has a waist swivel, and the Masterpiece doesn't, which is weird. I get it, but it's like...
That's why I don't like the movie bots. Because I have, I've been trying to get out my 07 movie bots, and they are so finicky.
So fiddly, man.
And they break so easy, and they got so many... Like, the automorph gimmick barely works.
Sometimes works. I saw what you were talking about with your Bumblebee. I saw on that left arm there is one little tick in the ratchet.
There's a tick in the gear that won't go, and it's like I'm gonna have to essentially break it to make it ever transform again. So
all right, so this guy his tail becomes his shield, so let's see if I can remember how to pop that off. It literally pops off like.
And the thing is they could have overcomplicated this.
Yeah.
But what's the point? He turns into a kaiju chicken.
Yeah.
Like, who cares?
So let's actually...
Oh, speaking of kaiju chickens, I guess I could get the other kaiju chicken.
So, boom. So these come down, which allows us to get the tail off. Like that.
The only thing that's, makes sense to compare him to is...
about the size, which is actually bigger.
There's the two big kaiju boys. I feel like they'd be friends.
And he's bigger. And again, this was a mainline release that was on shelves.
Yeah, and this was $90.
This was $250.
And he becomes two things. Yeah. He also becomes a lion.
Now, he also becomes something...
Wait, he becomes a lion and a bird.
A bird.
So he becomes the breastmaster.
Yep. So. Now, granted, the lion here is pretty much flip out a head, and the bird is pretty much right here, and you just flip out the legs.
Yeah.
So it's not as complicated as doing this, but again, this isn't a super complicated transformation. No. So we pop the tail off, and that's going to just boom open up to become his shield, which you have to have this part here to go on and be his shield.
That's probably my least fafavorite thing is the shield. I'm not a big fan of shields anyway. Yeah. Like Scorponok's.
Well, and it's also kind of weird. He's a parts former.
Yeah.
So it's...
Which parts forming doesn't bother me.
No one's losing it. It doesn't bother me either. But again, HasLab. So I'm like,
HasLab. It's like really you couldn't have done something that
I've got a couple flaps here that fold up, and these are going to fold out as well. These will be some little gap fillers here in a minute. So boom, boom. I'm doing this completely out of order, by the way.
I was gonna say I'm leaving this to you because I have no idea how to transform
the legs.
This guy.
This is actually pretty stiff here. Pops off on each side there. Boom, boom. And then it's just seriously, this is like classic Transformers folding down panel things. Like these guys open up here and then just
ratchet out the legs.
Just ratchet out the legs. Just classic ratchet out a hollow space the legs go into, but there's gap fillers. So
yeah.
Then we come heels here. That's a given, right?
Yeah, you got to flip out the heel spurs.
Open the heels.
I mean,
there and there.
If you've transformed anything, it's kind of that.
Yeah,
there's nothing new about him.
Yeah, and then see,
but that's okay. That's not a bad thing.
Got this nice gap here, which again, just bump, close that in.
We don't have to reinvent the wheel if it,
closes it up there. I'll kind of make that look a little nicer. So there we go. And repeat on the other side, as Mgo says, second verse, same as the first, or something like that, right?
Yep. So, I will say one thing that I love about him that it's not completely washed out is his like sand blue coloring is great, because I don't think we've ever had a figure that color, and I don't think we'll have one again.
Ever again, yeah.
Because that's like just an unusual color for him.
Now I thought this was pretty clever for the transformation. These little back pieces here open up, and that's what his little chicken arms go into. Oh man, I didn't put the living death metal cannon whatever on him in chicken mode. Oh well. But yeah, folds up like that. Same thing over here.
Oh yeah, it attaches to him.
It attaches to him, so it folds up. And I just thought this was a clever little step here. His arms fold in, and then these actually have like a double hinge that rock them around different ways, so that you can rock it out to the side and then cover it up. So, oops, it does come off too.
See, that's what you expect from a Hasbro.
So it's like that little piece of engineering is nice, because when he's in chicken mode, these kind of fold in, so that hides our hands here, and then it's just a bunch of like folding these the arms and stuff up here, wings.
Because like someone like here. Grimlock, his tiny arms just hang off.
Yep.
And so it's like the fact that they took the time to, and you know what, his chicken arms probably could have sat on the back and no one would have really cared, but to do the little extra bit to be like, all right, we're gonna hide them away. I do like that. I like how the arms swing around.
Mm-hmm. And that is pretty nice, because the arms have this slot cut out here, this kind of U shape that allows you to swing it around, and that goes right up into the hips, and then they tab in. So we'll do it from the front this time.
Got
So
some nice tabs as well.
Here, nice thick tabs as well.
They give it a nice click.
And that.
Nice clicky ratchets.
And then we're going to do the arms here. So we, again, classic Transformers. It's just to open up the arm. There's a fist in there. Let me get it out here. Poke it through.
I do kind of wish you could flip the chicken head around so he could be a chicken man.
Come here. It is very tight, I'll say that. There we go. All right. So yeah, that just flips around, closes up, down, and then close your panel there. So peel on the side, rotate around, open up, put the fist through here, collapse down, boom. There we go there, and then the big reveal of the head. Again, just classic Transformers. Head just stores on the back.
Flip the head back. There he is.
And there we go. And there we have
Captain Falcon.
Yeah, Captain Falcon, a Deathsaurus. This face is completely washed out because of lighting.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, let's get in there. How do we do this? How do the Hasbro people do this? They put their hand behind it, right?
Yeah.
You know what they do? So, and he looks great, y'all. I mean, again, that's why it's kind of hard for me to complain about him being a HasLab too much, just because he is great.
Yeah.
It's just, again, they come out with the Omega Prime, and you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you're like, oh, this guy could have been a Commander class, couldn't he?
He could have. He's got the little peg things on his hand that helps him hold his shield, like the little indents on there. And this is the weird thing about the lion thing, is to make it the bow, it just clips on, which I think is weird. There's like a clip in here, and it just like clips on to the inside of his wrists. How does we do this? How does we does this? There it is. Oh, I gotta flip that down, right? Yeah. So that clips on. There. So yeah, it just clips on. Oh, that's where I messed up. That's how the arrow goes in it. And I forgot. It goes like in this somehow. Right?
I do like that he's got a spring panel as well for his chest. And that you can store both of the Breastmasters in him. You know, very sound blastery.
Yeah.
To be able to fit both of them.
Two things in there, and that's cool. Man,
I know it's a bit of a pain to get them out. There is not an elegant way to get them out. It's literally just push them out from the back.
Yeah, from the back. So, and that's kind of how he does his bow mode. It's just like stuck on his wrist, which I thought was kind of weird.
Yeah, but
I don't know how else you would have done it.
Yeah, I don't know how he would hold it. Really,
yeah,
there's not a good way. You'd have to like stick a weird panel on the lion to be a thing. And so you got his regular chest, which no one ever sees because let's be real, you're not going to keep him with the regular chest.
And then you're going to pop Birdman in here.
And you can have the red chest, which I think is honestly, it might be my favorite, honestly.
So
I know a lot of people, you like the lion because it gives him the horns.
The horn things, and that's what I'm about. I like the lion. The lion horn things. I think that looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's super sick. And pull some weapons off here. I mean, this sword is
it's awesome.
Dead rad. Like this is the best sword I think we've ever gotten for anything.
Good paint apps. Like it's a good color.
Let's see, we've got the little notches there that always clips in. Let's get it over here. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Alright. Where do we get this?
I do also wish that we had gotten some paint on the back of the wings.
Alright.
Like he's got paint on the front of the wings, but not the back. And it's like once again it's a HasLab. Why does he not have any?
You feel like it should have a little something else.
Even if
you
just had some black to kind of pick out a couple things.
Yeah.
Just to
So there's this big Sinbad, like scimitar sword. Now this is one thing I thought was pretty cool. So the mace here, the chain maces are great in theory, but you can never do anything with them, because you can't pose them. They just have to dangle to the ground.
Yeah.
But this is pretty cool. Let's get that pegged into his hand, just like there. Boom. All right. So we got his chain here, his mace here. Adjust the camera down so people can actually see. There we go. Maybe you should have done that beforehand. So it can store in his hand. He's got it down here low, but it can actually go in the back of his chicken head here.
You can store it.
So you can actually store it back here.
Yeah, you can store all his weapons on him.
So I think that's a pretty cool little. I think that's pretty neat.
It makes use of that space.
It makes use of that hollow space in the head. So that's a nice nice little touch there.
You can also pin the sword on the back if you wish.
And then let's see. You can do that. So, oops, nope, there went line chest. So yeah, he's got those little covers. There's little spaces here that can. Oh, I think they can. They might just be really tight. I don't want to scratch any paint on this.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to force them, but yeah, they should fit there. Pop a line chest back in there.
There we are.
All right, and then
he's got the
living metal cannon stretch goal.
Unfolds into the biggest gun in the world.
Yeah, it's freaking big.
He's got the weird tentacle pieces on the end of it, which are very odd.
Yeah, very strange. It's like something that should be like in some kind of like hentai or something. I don't know.
And it's both ends are Blush compatible, I believe.
Yep.
Both ends, so you can have it shooting out either way you want.
Both ends are blast effect compatible on this guy. The handle does fold up. And the handle folds up, so when you put it in chicken mode, it can actually be on him.
Yep.
And I just want to say something about this. This is another one of those things, like talking about paint on the HasLab. Like, I don't think it's animation accurate, but like the little claws here, I wish there was some paint on them.
Yeah, just like maybe just the tips.
Just some stuff.
Even if it was silver.
And silver, and even the same here. Like, I wish we had just like some silver little ploops.
Like they painted the Decepticon logo, but nothing else.
Yeah, so it makes it kind of look a little more plain. Now the rest of the paint looks great here.
Yeah. The rest of the silver looks really good.
But it's just these guys here. You're kind of like, man, I wish you'd have done a little.
And also like
more there.
They have it's like a purple-ish color from there. That's kind of hard to tell.
Yeah, that's not really used anywhere else.
It's not anywhere else on anything else, and you're like, so why have it? Also, he's got a 5mm port right here on one of those.
Yeah, that's so it can store in the back of here.
Yeah, so I do like that they incorporated that into the gun at least. But,
let's see, and then of course he can sit down. Hip skirt pieces move out of the way, so that's nice.
I do
kind of. As well as it should.
I get why he has to have the big handle to to hold it for his big hands, but I also kind of wish it was just a port, so you could give this to somebody else, because as it is, you can't really give it to anybody else. It has to be him, or I guess maybe what's his name? The other one,
Victory Saber.
Victory Saber can probably hold this, but yeah, it's
there. We go. All right, get him sitting down here. Bruh. Boom. There, he can sit down in a chair.
Yep,
which is a fun thing to do, I guess.
Yeah, he feels like he feels like almost like Thanos. Like when you see Thanos for the first time, he's just sitting in the big floating space chair.
Pretty imposing.
Yeah, he's just a big imposing guy. He's got his blue falcon head, and he's just, I mean, he's great. Honestly, the back metal for the head and the chest, it looks good. I kind of wish it was more of it, maybe for like the knees and stuff. I get why you wouldn't do it for the knees because it'd probably chip.
Yeah,
but you know. It does kind of look weird because then the gold doesn't match itself. So, my only real big critiques, I think we've gone over, is just, a couple more paint apps would have been great. He does kind of lack, if you think about it, we've talked about they have 5mm ports. Everybody's got those. And he doesn't anywhere other than on his gun. Like, he himself doesn't have any. Which is odd.
He's actually got a couple on the back of
the back of his legs
here, which is a strange place.
Where would you need those for?
To have them here. I don't think they do anything for transformation. Or anything. They're just there.
There's nothing on his arms or the front of his legs or his chest. And yeah, his chest is kind of taken up by the breast. But I would at least have liked maybe like right here. You see this part right here?
Yeah,
it kind of feels like there should have been something, or even like that looks like almost like a nub, like it was gonna be one of these, like the little siege ports. But it's like, I don't know. That's being nitpicky. But I mean, yeah. When it's this good, you kind of, what can you do besides be nitpicky? You know what I'm saying?
And then that's the main reason, to even have any criticisms, because it's a premium item, and it was had to be funded by all this extra money and everything. So it's kind of like. But Hasbro's got to make their profit, I guess. There's only so many people you can fire.
And does he doesn't have individual fingers, does he? He just has...
No, he's got 2 and 2.
2 and 2. He's like a claw.
He does this.
He's got Yoda hands.
Yeah, he's got you can go 2 here. You can see it. Or you can go 2 here, like that. Doing the OK sign, I guess. Or wait, no, that would be this, right? Wait. Anyhow. But Ari does the whole thing can open up like that, so that is kind of weird instead of having to original and or just kind of individual fingers, which Prime's not like that. The Prime is going to have a whole hand open and close, which kind of makes me sad because I was like, man, the original does that. I wish you could give me individual fingers.
Yeah,
that would have been cool.
Because I don't know, what is it? Metroplex has individual hands. And I almost even just wish we'd get the Siege Jetfire hands where you close it and the port pops out.
Yeah,
that Armada Prime has.
They should have done that. They should have put that port system on, or the hidden port on Armada Prime, I feel. Yeah. But again, I can see budget. That thing had to do 3 things, and it wasn't just Jetfire, but Yeah, Timbo. He's great. Definitely no real complaints with him.
No.
Just those small little things that you kind of complain about. Also, the shield can turn around. I think.
Well, see, here's also the thing. It's why you need why I say he needs a port on his arm, because you can pin it to his shoulder.
I think you can.
Yeah, I think there's that little slot tab, but it's you should be able to pin it on his arm with a 5mm port. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that would have been easier than putting a little tab on here, I feel.
Yeah, it's why does he need a tab?
Why does he need a special
connector?
A special connection system. And he came with this flight stand too,
which is the same color as the.
Yeah, it's just extra molding, and I don't know, slides on. Do we even care about that? Do we want to?
I mean, it's good if you want to display him not on his throne, I guess, but at the same time, it's a stand. It's a thing.
And he stands good on his own.
Yeah,
so it's not like it's even that big of a deal. How do you even put this thing? I don't even know how to put this on.
The only thing I could complain about with the stand is he's not really if I'm gonna put something on a stand, I kind of like it to be able to be up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you can so when he's on here, you can bend his legs, so he can kind of like have a hovering effect.
Yeah, like a hovering effect.
This looks really weird when he's in chicken mode as the stand. Like it looks real strange.
It connects to his chest, doesn't it?
Yes, I don't know. It doesn't feel right. So look at that here. Get all this stuff put back.
But once again, he stands good on his own. He doesn't need to stand.
I can't remember how to put all these back in order, because you got to put them all back in the right order, or they won't all go. See, did that go that way or this go? That's the.
But I mean, let's see. There he is. What's a good here's Siege Prime for scale. So I mean, he's double the height of this Voyager. So. I mean, I'm not going to get down Jetfire, but he's probably the same height as Jetfire. Yeah. But yeah, I'll bring in the commander class so you can see, he's definitely a commander.
Yeah, from the heft of him and all, again, I don't know.
That's why I'm looking forward to the new one, just because this could have been a commander. I wholly believe this could have been a commander, and I know a lot of people are saying that about the new one, that they could have just made Commander Prime and then Commander Magnus, and that's I understand that's a valid criticism, but at the same time,
they did this,
so it's like, and this was $250, and it's like this. I don't know if the price is justified, especially if you had if the fact that the cannon and the throne were stretch goals. Mm-hmm. It's like, so if we didn't get that, you would just have this, and this I wouldn't say is worth $250. No,
no, even with the two breast masters and stuff, it's just kind of like, I don't know about it,
because it's like. Because you could just take all that away, and it just wouldn't have been worth it, I don't think. And like I said, I think they already calculate that into production costs and everything. They have to, otherwise they wouldn't show it. And I
stay on the back there.
And my thing is, I kind of want them to almost want it to not get to the stands for the new one. Just to see if they would actually include it.
Just to see if they throw them in.
Just to see if they throw them in, just to be like, well, you still funded it, so.
See, I can see that, but also I want them to throw something else in.
I
want them to throw a hidden third tier in.
Yeah,
and they've already talked. Just like Spy Changers.
I forget one of the designers. I can't think of his name. It's not
Mark Evan.
I think it's Evan. He'd already tweeted that if they go past that, they had something in mind already for a third tier.
If they say they might, they've got it tooled and it's ready.
Oh yeah, it's already ready.
They're doing something with it.
And you know what? I think because they're doing the big stream is next month, is in March, that's where we're gonna get full reveals for Wave 2. They'll probably talk about the movie. If I had to guess, we'll probably get some reveals for the movie toys. And we'll probably get an update. Because they already have the color prototype of which they teased on Twitter and Instagram and everything. They'll probably show that on stream. Mm-hmm. And then if I had to guess, that's when they'll be like, hey, by the way, third tier.
I see. It's because the funding ends in March 24th.
Yes, and the stream is like March 10th or something.
Okay.
It's on Tuesday.
If it doesn't get, if the third tier doesn't get pushed by then
that's why I'm thinking it's going to be pushed on that stream.
Yeah, that makes sense, because then they'll have 14 days and you know what?
Last 2 weeks.
Here's a push to get more people. More people, because it's funded, so they don't need the funding. It's to get more people to buy it at that point. Exactly. Is what it is, and they'll use that as an extra little. Hey, here, take some. Have this extra little thing here that we're going to give to you. I'm saying Spy Changers. That's the only thing I could think it could be. Spy Changers are the little not Kai. What was her name? Maybe Ty. There was this little hologram figure that was kind of the person who did all the stuff with making the space bridge go to different places. It was their Teletran, if you want to look at it that way. Maybe that, but I don't see that as being as big of a draw. But I'm thinking. I would love it to be the three Carr brothers. But that's not going to happen. That's three deluxes. That's too much.
Yeah.
I'm saying like spy changers. Like you get a couple of spy changers or something, or maybe one spy changer or something little.
It'll just be Micromasters.
Yeah, just more Micromasters or something. I'm thinking that's what it's going to be. It's going to be something like that.
Yeah, because I don't really know what else you would do, because I mean even like. Because they already turned Ultra Magnus's thing into his own figure, and so it's just like I don't know what else is there, you know?
Man, I don't know. All right, so I think we're kind of rolling towards the end. I can tell my brain is getting tired, my blood sugar's dropping. I need something to eat.
Yeah.
I just started crashing, and my wife is sending me messages. I need to see what's going on. So. How many we got? Who do we got left in the chat? We just got Lee and Timbo here in the chat today. Y'all sound off while we're kind of putting some stuff away.
This is one of the longer streams that we've done. Normally we do like an hour and a half.
Nah, dude, we normally hit 2 hours.
We ramble.
Yeah, so it's because think about that. The last stream we did the end of last year, we're like, all right, we're moving along at a clip. And we hit the first hour, and then it was like,
oh no,
we talked on something for like 40 minutes. We're like, oh dang, we only got 20 minutes left.
Yeah,
Crap.
We gotta start rapid firing.
Yeah, we got to get this stuff taken care of. My wife really must need something.
But yeah, next time we'll probably be back at your place for the stream. Because what is that?
That's
in the world.
That's Titan's Return Sky Shadow.
Titan's Return Sky Shadow.
Yeah, he's fun. He's got another piece somewhere. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Where'd it go? Oh man.
So are these two? Is this two bots or is this one bot?
No, it is one bot.
Oh, so he's like Skytread.
Yep.
So he's like a jet and a tank. He's a jet and a tank, and then you can slap the jet on the tank.
And there's also a base mode. This was actually the retool of, or this was, I don't know if this came first or Overlord came first in the retool, but they split apart and then they make the robot together. It's got a little headmaster in it, a great headmaster. I wonder where Liam put him.
He might be in the tank.
Yeah, he's in the tank. So
I love.
Yeah, the headmasters. The headmaster here is like super. Oh, come on, focus. Focus in there. Man, I got to figure out how to make these cameras work better. But it's like
what's to upgrade from webcams to actual cameras?
Yeah, I need $500 for a camera. But yeah, it's like it looks great when you pop his head into him like this.
Also, like that he's got a spot for the head. Like the head doesn't just attach. He's got like a
like it's these things are so fun. I'm getting more back into these guys. Yeah, I always have another little thing down here in Timbo. I was just seeing. I was seeing.
There's this. I mean, we could grab any number of things. And just sit and talk about it.
We have a local shop that we frequent that gets in just random different toys, Transformers. It's a very cool place called Sasquatch Comics and Toys. Check them out. Oh, well, you can check out their Instagram. I don't know if they have a website and stuff yet.
No, but he has an Instagram and a Facebook. He posts mostly on his Instagram. Every time he gets new stuff, they actually have. This guy, he's a little.
He's like 450.
He's like 450, but he's still sealed. He's still in the box. So.
So let me see. Let me get this back on it. But yeah, so I picked this up from there because I just go in and they have random stuff, and sometimes they have random. Like I'll find a random thing that I'm just like, oh, that's pretty intriguing, and this was one of them. And I thought it was like super cool.
I looked at it and I didn't know what it was, and I didn't get it, and so I'm glad that you picked it up because I was like, I don't know anything about this guy. So
yeah, it was definitely an impulse thing, but it was a good price. I was like, okay,
he looks fantastic.
I'll go for that. And dude, Liam can transform this. Like he can put the whole thing together and make it into the full robot.
Oh, nice.
With the tank, and it's not like it's super hard, but like he'll sit in my office and just play with it for hours. So let's see. All right, who we got here? So 3 people still in the chat. We got Timbo, we got Knox, and we've got Lee still in here. Lee, Overlord came first. Knox, thanks for dropping by. Real fast, we can, does anybody want something? I've got some small giveaway things here, for folks, and if you want them, you can shoot me a message over on the Gmail, theweeklytf@gmail.com, I believe is my email address. I don't even know.
You don't know your own email?
I don't even know my own email.
Your brain's fried. We're going to have to wrap it up.
My brain's fried. But yeah, if any of you guys don't have some of these things, so this was a contribution from Will a while back.
Yep.
Little Micromaster Earthrise Hammer guy.
Smashdown?
Smashdown, yeah.
Smashdown. He's one of the better battle masters.
Yeah, he's fun. Makes a little hammer, and he comes with like one of the more unique blast effects. I use that blast effect in a lot of my photography.
I think he's the only one that comes with.
I think he is the only one that comes with that specific one.
That specific one.
So that's an option. If you don't have wheelie, this is a great figure of wheelie. I think he's got butt hands, but he's a core class.
I bet he's core class, and he's great.
Out of this like microcosm of studios or of core class, I think he's
better than the one that comes with Grimlock.
Probably the best. We have a Bumblebee, Shockwave, who's fun. And we never talked about that one, but I don't know about the new Bumblebee Shockwave, what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
So
I'm hoping he's good.
Yeah.
Most of those have been decent. So.
And then this guy, if you haven't picked this up, again, this is a super fun Bumblebee. That Daniel or whatever is supposed to be on a spike actually, but that's stupid. But this is a fun thing. So
it's worth it just for B. B's great.
Here's what we'll do. What are our giveaway criteria going to be? Let's see. Shoot me an email at theweeklytf@gmail.com. Title it Death Chicken.
Death Chicken.
Death Chicken. And inside it, write the figure that you're most excited about.
For this year.
For this been revealed so far. Yeah. Man, that's a lot of things to choose from.
That's a lot of things.
How about this? Write the figure that you are most excited about that we talked about on this stream. How about that?
There you go.
So
we covered a lot, so you got a lot of options.
Mm-hmm, yeah. So comment. So again, theweeklytf@gmail.com. Subject Death Chicken. Put what you're most excited about, and then lastly, which one of these guys you would want. We'll do a randomized drawing on our next stream. We'll do it that way. I'll get the little wheelie thing up there again. So yeah, but so everyone, send me an email there, and we'll go from there. Other than that, I think it was pretty much just Lee, Knox, and Timbo. Appreciate y'all jumping in. Good for you to jump in again, Knox. It's been a while. It's I understand being busy. Timbo, it's been cool talking to you in the YouTube comments, and so I hope we see you again. And Lee, my friend, it's always good to see you. And I'm working on a dirge for you, man. I think I got to check to see if it's still around, but if so, we'll see what we can do for you. On that, got anything else?
I'll plug my channel. We'll put it in the description. It is Will Informed. I do mostly movie reviews. I'm working on one right now for Captain Marvel. Should be coming out sometime this month. I took a bit of a break. I had COVID and the flu, and then my wife has been sick, so that's put a damper on things. But highly edited, highly scripted. Takes me a long time to make videos, but so if you're interested in seeing me torture myself by watching Morbius, I have 2 videos on that. They're both 20 minutes long.
He really disliked Morbius.
I really hate that movie, and I watched it 3 times.
And I didn't think it was as bad as it could have been or as it was, but I think it's because it was supposed to be so bad that it didn't affront me as much as it did everyone else.
Well, then when you're like me and you go through it as much as I did, you find all the things that are wrong and that they left in and they could have fixed.
Yeah.
Like, the one that's the worst is the one detective has like a cybernetic arm that was completely cut from the movie, except it's in the final shot of the movie. He has it.
It's just there.
He's just there. He just has it, and there's no explanation, and he doesn't do anything with it, and it's just like, what? You couldn't have CG'd that out or anything? Yeah. I think they stopped caring at that point, but...
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to see me ramble endlessly about how terrible Morbius is, you got almost an hour's worth of that over there.
Yeah, it's good. You should go watch them. His movie reviews are top notch. They're super good.
Thanks.
Other than that, yeah, I think that's it. We're doing the Southern goodbye here, so we're just going to have to cut it off at some point. Again, as always, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for the next review, and we'll keep at this and try to get our channel better and better each day. So y'all.